Welcome back to another episode in the Rejects Rise franchise. Today we are going to be taking care of the off-season and of course rebuilding a new team. The most exciting episode in the whole season because we get to meet the new players, get to find out who the rejects are going to be. I'm going into this extremely blind the same way you are. I didn't check out any players. Just opening up with the season recap here from the Super Bowl as the Bengals beat the Green Bay Packers. We didn't play any part in the off-season, in the playoffs, so this is something that has no impact for us. We're going to be letting all the players go. Nobody will be getting a new deal. You all know the drill by now. I just want to take a look at the retirements, at the players that have retired immediately, because these players are not going to be available for us anymore, and there's a lot of players in there that would have liked to see on the rejects, like Tyrann Mathieu, Dreddeus Smith, Grover Sutton, Matthew Stafford would have been awesome. Taylor Decker, Zach Martin, Joe Thuney, Bobby Wagner, and here come a lot of the Condors. A lot of the Condors are retiring. Travis Kelce retires. That makes me a little bit sad. Keenan Allen, Joshua Dobbs, Geno Smith, Jared Everett, Halapuli, Vati Vaitai, Ryan Kelly, and so on and so forth. A lot of former rejects as well. We're going to be revisiting the retired players again over the course of the off-season. But for now, we're going to be capping this, moving on into next week. All right, so the free agents period has ended. I have signed no players, as you can see here, of course. Players were signed to other teams. I will not be looking at this too much because my heart will only be sad. Because we are restricted to signing the regular season free agents only, and the preseason as well. So now we're going to be moving past the draft. We're going to be not doing anything there as well. We don't have any picks, so there's that. I'm going to show you the recap afterwards. And yeah, this is just the way the rejects are shaped. Now this is exciting, and this might be a new format for a new series that I'm making, just showing empty screens and hoping that it's interesting for you guys. Now this is just to illustrate that we didn't pick any players in the draft, because that's what we're just basically not allowed to do. What I will do is I will just very, very briefly show you the first round, just in case you are looking for certain players or would like to know where they went. Yeah, just to get an idea of where players that you might be following, that your favorite players might be, where they have ended up. Especially those first rounders. Now, having covered that, we are now going to be moving into preseason, which is the most important week because we are going to be laying the foundations for this team, and we're also going to be choosing the new identity for this team. All right, so it's week 1 of the preseason now, and as you can see, we don't have any players on the team. We have 0 overalls for the Canton Condors, and now it's time to get new faces onto the team. I'm very excited. I didn't look at all in there, so very excited to see which players we might be able to get onto the team. So we're going to be going by position, of course. Let's just take a quick look here. We've got Minshew and Locke. Immediately I can see those faces that I don't want to see, to be fair. Jameis Winston, Mariota, Mike White, Mason Rudolph, PJ Walker, Gardner Minshew, Jake Browning, John Wolford, Jared Stidham, Kyle Allen, Josh Rosen, Drew Lock, Easton Stick. Well, the top 2 rated ones available are Gardner Minshew, who I am unsure about, and I'm going to be going with Drew Lock because why ever not. He's just the second dude that's available. He wasn't horrible this season when he took over as a backup QB, but at the same time, you know, did he stick out? Was he really fantastic? Oof, probably not. Now, the running backs, let's see who's available. I can immediately see that we are going to be having to go low here. Now, we've got Joe Mixon available again, which is okay-ish, I reckon. Let's bring him in. Oh, this might be a slow one. Oh my lord. Let's see, where's the next 30-plus player? Oh goodness. Now, David Montgomery. All right, I feel good about David Montgomery. He is a pretty good one, actually. I might even use him to be my starter. But again, I am not too crazy right now. I'd like to get some solid backups in here. Who's available? Nick Chubb. Oh, this is actually not bad. I can see Tony Pollard here. Alvin Kamara is just going down, down, down. This is not ideal. Who else is available? Derrick Henry is available again. I said if he's available, I would bring him back. The question is he still feasible at 63 overall? I'm going to go with a hard yes. I'm going to bring him in. First of all, I just like him. And second of all, I just hope he's not too horrible. Alvin Kamara. I'm not sure if I really want to bring him in. He wasn't that fantastic last time. Ooh, Reggie Gilliam. Hello. At fullback. Ezekiel Elliott at full. All right, so could I use some of these players as running backs? I don't know, but Reggie Gilliam at fullback is actually my highest rated player right now. So that is pretty awesome. Wide receivers, who's going to be in there? Deontay Johnson. All right, let's start picking. Nice hair physics, by the way. I like how those dreadlocks roll. Who's next? Devontae Adams. Ooh, I like that. I actually like that. This is a Raiders reunion right now. Who's this? Cortland Sutton. Again, I try not to get too excited because of the names, because, you know, it's always down to the stats, to the overalls, and players can just suck ass horribly. Paris Campbell. Calvin Ridley. All right, I can see a few names in here that I actually wouldn't feel horrible about. I would like to know if Cooper Kupp is still around or if he retired. 74 rated Calvin Ridley. Let me just check out who's down there. Juju Smith-Schuster. Actually not looking terrible. Kendrick Bourne. All right. We've got Jawan Jennings. Now that's interesting. Mike Evans has regressed pretty hard. Anybody else? Curtis Samuel, not a big fan. DJ Chark Jr. Mike Williams, yeah, we're really going down right now in overalls. Tyler Boyd, KJ Osborne, definitely hard-nosed. Brandon Cooks, Renfro, Noah Brown, Russell Gage. I don't think I can see Cooper Kupp. Odell Beckham, still kicking. Cedric Wilson, Alan Lazard, everybody's still around here. No Cooper. Oh, that sucks. Sadly, would have liked to see Oh, here he is. I was blind. Whatever. Are his ratings still feasible? The catching traffic and all that has gone down pretty hard, though. Change the direction and all that. You know, what am I going to do? He's the oldest dude in here, though. I think Calvin Ridley would be a good addition. Certainly one to consider. I'm going to bring him in, and I'm also going to be bringing in Cooper. Just because, first of all, I made that promise last time round. And second, I want to see how he feels, because maybe he's still going to be feasible. Tight ends. Ooh, this is fun. All right, Mike Gesicki, welcome onto the team. Actually, not a horrible tight end number one. Adam Troutman, I can work with that as well. Not feeling too bad. And next up, we've got Foster Moreau, who I also don't feel horrible about. Now, this is... All right, we're getting some nice players on here. Who's available? We've got Josh Oliver. Who's this? Josh Reynolds is still around. He is better than he looks. And that is sheer loyalty. I'm bringing him back. I don't care. I'm bringing him back. Now, let's take a look at the offensive line. We've got Dion Dawkins, who immediately will be signed because he's just very, very good. David Bakhtiari, what do I do here? He has been injured so much. I don't think that his injury rating will have gone up a lot. So I'm going to be going with Josh Jones on this one. Just no use having a good player on the team if he's injured all the time. Ben Powers, 30 and 75. Welcome to the rejects, my man. And now John Simpson is a win. Who's got the higher strength? Let's take a look. Definitely you. John Simpson. Here we go. I will check that out. I did see a pretty high strength rating there. Who was... I was 90 as well. Alright, never mind. At center, Garrett Bradbury. and Ted Karras. All right. All right, the offensive line is starting to look quite decent, to be fair. Ryan Bates, Austin Corbett. All right, 3 guys again. I'm only going by strength right now. This is probably the stat that is most important at this point in time. Will Hernandez. Ooh, now this is a great addition. I like this. 80 rated offensive line player. That is pretty cool. Alex Kappa. Let's go with you, my dude. And if we get a nice right tackle, I'm gonna start to be mildly optimistic. Jack Conklin, good addition. Hell yeah. I feel good about this. Now, next up, Mike McGlinchey. This is a good addition. He is solid as a backup. Is he the best starter ever? I don't think so, but as a backup, I like it. Now, on the defense, who do we have on the left edge? I'm gonna take John Franklin Myers. He is actually a pretty interesting player, can add a lot of pressure, as can Zach Sealer. Now, is there somebody else available? Sam Hubbard is still available. Tremont Jones. Yeah, let's go Zach Sealer. This is looking a little bit weird with the face, but whatever. DeForest Buckner. All right. You can't see my face, but I'm actually pretty happy about this. Harrison Phillips is another good addition. A very solid player. Will be a great addition to the D-tackle room. Devon Hamilton. So yeah, there we go. That is actually very nice. Kevin Givens. Who else do we have? Do we have somebody else? BJ Hill, Derek Natty, DJ Reader, Michael Pierce. Who of these is the baddest? DJ Reader, 93 strength. Let's just go with this. Again, we need players that can just utilize singular stats to apply pressure. Clelin Ferrell, Daniil Hunter. All right. Could have been worse. Is it awesome? I don't know, but I actually am pretty happy at welcoming Daniil Hunter to the team. This is a nice addition. Dorrance Armstrong, Akbani Okoronkwo, Josh Sweat, Arik Armstead. They're nice players in here. Really nice players. TJ Wise, Derek Barnett. All right, let's keep those in mind. Now, looking at the left outside linebacker group, it doesn't look too crazy, but we're going to bring in Frankie Luvu. 72, that is all right for me. And Oscar Jimenez, who's this? Anthony Jennings. Yeah, not a lot of choice in here currently, so we're going to roll with these two. Who are available? Mid linebackers. David Long Jr. and Kaiser White. That's decent. Again, no standout players here, but I think those two should be good enough to really help us out here. Who else is available? Landon Roberts, Jonas Griffith, Blake Cashman is actually, he hurt me quite a few times the last season. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing, but we're going to see what he can do for us. Right outside linebackers, Matt Milano, welcome to the team. I appreciate that one. This is a quality one. Who else do we have? Logan Wilson. I could use one of these on left side as well to kind of add some quality over there. Use the other player as a backup. Harold Landry, Jonathan Grenard, Uchenna Nwosu, Sione Takitaki. Yeah, nice additions. All right, I like that. I like that for the moment. Now, cornerbacks. Let's see. Kenny Moore II. That immediately is adding a lot of quality to the team. Appreciate it. Sean Murphy Bunting. Oh, good names, man. Again, good names, and still the overalls. I think they are going to be working quite well. Carlton Davis III. Mid-70s. That's more or less the range of the players that we tend to get here. Chidobe Awuzie. I'm going to be going with 4 corners. Unless there's a kick-ass corner down here, but it does not look like that will be the case. Now, free safeties. Justin Simmons, here we go. All right. Shaping the team. I like it. I like it. We are getting some dudes in there. Marcus Epps was good enough, I reckon. John Johnson III. Nobody else that I can see that I would be immediately intrigued by. Strong safety, who's that going to be for us? Kyle Duggar. Why not? A Darnell Savage. Best players in the world? No. Reasonable players? Of course. Darnell Savage, or do we go with Trill Edmonds? Taylor Rapp. I'm going to go with Darnell Savage. Being a former Packer, I'm going to say why not. Kicker. Who's our kicker going to be? Kaimi Fairbairn. Actually not bad. Or Matt Gay. 9690, 9687. Yeah, definitely. Definitely Kaimi Fairbairn. Weird face. Looks like an alien. I'm sorry to say so, but that's just horrific. Michael Dixon, Logan Cook, Bohorka. Alright, we can pick. We can pick. Bradley Pinion. We had him before. Does any of these dudes have like a special dev trait or something like that? Because if so, I'm just gonna be blinded by that. Corey Bohorka. No, everybody's normal. Pinion. We've got J.K. Scott in here. Alright, 96, 85, 94, 90. I actually think this looks pretty good. I think this is the one I'm going to go for. It has the highest kick accuracy. So Logan Cook is going to be our punter. We still have some room on the team. I will not be making any more signings. I'm just going to be adjusting this a little bit. Then we're going to be moving through preseason and then entering week 1 where we will be finalizing the team. But for now, we still have another major thing to do. We have to relocate and we have to choose a new identity. So we are going to be staying in Canton because, I mean, we have to have at least some continuity, right? So where is it? Canton. There we go. Boom. Small but nice. Now, the team that we want to be, is it going to be the Antlers? Which actually the Antlers do have a nice, I like the logo, but I don't like the colors. Armadillos, yeah, no thanks. The Aviators, I think this is a pretty clean one. Bisons, Black Knights. Black Knights have a very nice one as well. The Blues, the Bulls. I really like the way the Bulls look, to be fair. The Caps, this is an interesting one. Then we've got the Desperados, the Dragons, Dreadnoughts, the Elks, the Golden Eagles, the Huskies, Lumberjacks, Monarchs. Very similar to the Caps, if I might say so myself. Then the Mounties, the Nighthawks, the Orbits, we already were the Orbits, the Pioneers in brown, that strange Redwood, same thing. Riverhogs, I actually like this one. The Sentinels, the Shamrocks, that was lovely. The Snowhawks, the Steamers, I really like this one as well. It's just a very clean look. Thunderbirds, we already covered that one. Then it's the Tigers, which is a Bengals knockoff. The Voyagers, I like this one as well. The Wizards, and then we're back to where we started. All right, now that we've seen all of the logos and all of the options, and since we had a very wild one this time around with the purples and the pinks and all that, and a lot of stuff going on, I'm gonna go for this one, the Aviators. I'd rather have a more calm and cool color in the new season. That might be something that's a little bit better for us, and maybe a little bit more calming and having a soothing effect, right? Now, what stadium did we have? Since we're always going to stay more or less in the same one, I think we had this, the basic Canopy Stadium. I like to have those rain effects and all that in there. The futuristic stadium is also pretty nice. So tell you what, I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to want to see how this one looks. Now we're going to finish renovations. And kaboom, we have turned into the Aviators. And yeah, it's as easy as that actually, right? Now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be moving through the weeks. And since we don't have to cut any players, I'm going to be skipping bye week as well. And then I'm going to be re-entering in week 1 of regular season. And then we will be bringing in the final players, shaping the team, giving it its final form. And then we're basically ready to go for another season of the Canton Aviators. All right, here we go again. It's the beginning of week 1 of the new regular season. And I just want to take a quick look into the available free agents just to see if there's anybody that might fit our team a little bit better that we could bring in and try to utilize. Usually these, ooh, nice Saquon Barkley just got available, because players do get released at after the preseason. I can't really tell you why that happens though, but it just is, it's a thing. So I tend to check back here, just try and snap up those players that were just released. Stephon Diggs, for instance, just got available, or became available here. And that, of course, will have an impact on how we will shape up and which players we will be fielding. Seeing in here, I can see that we've got Kyle Juszczyk here, who I would really like to use, but then again, he has dropped off quite a bit, so not going to be doing that. Let's see, left tackles, still David Bakhtiari, the highest rated one. Isaiah Wynn, the highest rated one. I can't remember. I think we brought in another player here that had a higher strength rating. There's no additions here where I'm like, oh dude, we need to replace the one that we have currently. It is something that sometimes happens. Sometimes it's just a happy, lucky snap up here. Sometimes no new players get added. Nobody gets dropped by their team. So yeah, nothing to do here, nothing to change. We've got Robert Spillane here. Now this is an interesting one because I like him actually. I just think that he's not going to add too much right now. We're going to see how injuries go. You know, we might be back here quicker than we can say injury listed. And no new changes here as well. Now, all right, so we've got everybody on board. Chase McLaughlin. I think we already have a pretty highly rated dude at the kicker position. Anyways, we need to cut 2 players. So time to just take a quick look at our team, the way it stands right now. We've got 2 quarterbacks. We've got Drew Lock and Gardner Minshew, with Drew Lock, funnily enough, higher rated. Now that is extremely interesting. I would probably not have predicted that one. I'm going to have to think who I want to go with. The running backs, we've got Saquon, we've got Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, Nick Chubb, and Derrick Henry. Now, to be fair, Joe Mixon, I'm going to be cutting him. Why? Because he just has always disappointed me in one way or another whenever I have tried to use him. On the wide receiving pool, we've got so many players in here. Deontay Johnson, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Courtland Sutton, Calvin Ridley, Paris Campbell, and sorry, my man, Cooper Kupp. I just can't bring myself to keep him around. I mean, how is that even going to make any sense in whichever capacity? He has high strength, but his catching has gone so much down. It's 65 currently. He's going to be dropping so many balls. I'm sorry, Coop, but I just have to cut back on you, even though you look really nice in that uniform, but whatever. Then we've got a few tight ends. I like those. We've got a lot of veteran players here, obviously. I like the setup. Now I'm actually feeling pretty good about this one. I was thinking about, since I have 2 very solid right outside linebackers, I could use one at the left outside linebacker position to just kind of adjust that one. Put him over on that side. Is he going to be as effective there? I can't really tell you, but at least looking at the overalls, I think he can be used there. It should just give us a little bit more of an edge on that side of the field. We're going to put Oshane Jimenez over onto that right hand side. And just like that, we have solidified the right and left outside linebacker positions. We've got some nice cornerbacks in here with Rasul Douglas joining in here. Justin Simmons, Marcus Epps, Kyle Duggar, Darnell Savage. Oh, I really, really like this team. We've got 1 pick for 2020-30. For 2020-30. I gave away all the other ones. We don't have any players on the practice squad, and that's basically it. Now, what I will be doing off camera is figuring out the depth chart, the season goal, and that is just completely clear. I want to make the playoffs. That just has to be our target. I will be trying out Drew Lock. I will be trying out Gardner Minshew. Each will get 1 game only. And then I will be deciding who the quarterback for the upcoming season will be. With that said, guys, we have shaped the team. We have built the team. And now it's up to the rejects to show what they can do. The rejects, will they rise or will they drop even further? Again, we've got an interesting looking team. I think we have a lot of potential in here, and I think I just have to play it more clever than I did last season. But looking at by the names and just going by the players that we do have on the team right now, I think we have a really good shot at just at least being competitive this season, cracking into those playoffs. That's my big target. So guys, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. How would you approach this? Would you have taken different players? Would you have gone into a different direction? Let me know what you think. And yeah, as always, guys, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me. Thanks so much for making this special. And as always, stay safe, healthy, and awesome, because you all are in your own way. And see you next time.